Hi, thank you all for coming today. We are here to remember the life of a dear loved one among us, Cheryl L. Critcher. Now, this is a moment that, for all of us who are here today, it's a moment of grief and sorrow because someone we have absolutely been so connected with has just been taken from us. But I do want to tell you, remind you, that while we are grieving and while we have lost someone, we need to remember that heaven has gained someone just incredible. She is in a place unimaginable, greater than what we could ever imagine or think. And we need to, while we're grieving, we need to rejoice with her that she made it to the finish line, that she pressed toward the mark that God had called her to. Today, she is survived by her two siblings, Nathan and Larissa. She is also survived by her four children, Brian, Nicole, Jalen, and myself, Matthew. There are so many things my mom loved. I mean, it would take me all day just to talk about a couple of the things that she loved. She loved people, she loved shopping, but the main three I want to talk about today that she is really well known for is she loved coffee, she loved animals, and she loved God. And so let's take a look at the first thing that my mom really loved. That was coffee. I mean, anyone here today that knew my mom, they absolutely know she loved coffee. From drinking it to having signs on the walls, coffee this, coffee that, coffee signs everywhere. And what was really funny is it wasn't just any coffee she loved. It was Starbucks coffee. My mom, you could probably talk to any worker at a Starbucks in Lewis County, and they probably know my mom, her drink, and just the bright smile she brought with her. She went there at least 3 times a day, sometimes even more, but sometimes less, but her usual was 3 times a day. She would get 3 shots of espresso each time going there. So she was drinking a lot of coffee, and it never stopped her growth. She was 5'11", so it proved that science wrong. But she absolutely loved coffee. And I remember a funny story is when we went to Starbucks one time, we brought our 2 dogs with us. One is a cockapoo and one is a lab. And we were driving there, and we had the 2 dogs in the back seat. And we got there. She ordered her coffee, of course, and the 2 dogs were in the back. So she wanted to get them what the Starbucks calls a puppuccino. So we're a little cup, pour whipped cream in there for the dog, whatever. And I thought it was kind of silly, but she thought it was just a special moment. And she ordered one of those puppuccinos for the dogs. And she let the dogs come up in the front seat. Here's this big old lab hopping up in the front seat while we're in the drive-thru. Then we got another dog trying to get out the window. And it was just a mess. But this was our usual Starbucks experience. And speaking about dogs, that leads me to the second thing I want to talk about is my mom's love for animals. Now you got to realize, not just any animals, rescue animals. My mom rescued animals like crazy. She rescued bunnies, she rescued dogs, she rescued cats, she rescued all sorts of animals. And she tried to keep as many as she could. Actually, the dog I just mentioned, he came to our house, and he was really skinny, hadn't eaten for a while, and so my mom takes him in, checks to see if any owner ID or anything, and, well, no one contacted us, so we kept him. The last point I want to drive home today about my mom, and it's kind of a serious note, but it is so important, is my mom had an absolute love for God and love for the work of God. And she not only talked about God, she lived for God. She lived a Christian life. So today, while we're grieving, once again, as I said, we got to remember she is in an incredible place. And we need to try to be like her in our love for God. And with that, I thank you.